Welcome back. I just thought I would put in a couple of extra pointers here on drawing in Adobe Flash. It's just like drawing in some other programs, but for those that aren't familiar with edit stuff, so I've picked the selection tool, or you can press V on your keyboard. See, they give you little keyboard selections there. If you hover your cursor over your tools, or we select this line, we can move just the line, but that's not going to help us, although it's a pretty cool design here. We could actually just animate this without the line, but let's move the line back to where it belongs. So you just go Command and Z, and it takes you back there. So you really want to select everything. So hold down your Shift button and click on the other stuff that you see on the screen. So you can do that individually, which is kind of dangerous because you never know whether you've selected everything. If you have a more complicated character or design on your stage. But this way I can move. See, I forgot something. So I'm going to go back there and make sure that's selected. And then I can move. Look, I forgot his ear. So here's the solution to that. Click here outside your screen here, and that will remove all that selection. Press L, or you can go up to here in this loop, the lasso tool. Lasso? Is it lasso or lasso? Depends where you come from. So you can press L or just click on the lasso tool and circle this, and everything is selected. Go back to your selection tool, and then you can move this guy around like that. So if your character really isn't animating a whole lot, let's say if he's just floating like a ghost, you can move him along like this, or just like some other drawing programs, you can press Command what did I just do? Let me select the whole thing again. And I want to be able to modify this guy. So I can transform. I can go up to Modify. At the top of the screen it says Modify. Then you press Free Transform. And then you've got this box. So you can move him around like this, or go to one of these corners, and you can rotate him. You can squash him, stretch him, squash him this way, and you can skew him. That's called skewing. So let's go back to the original guy. So just go back to Command Z. And there we are, back to the beginning. So press Return. The other thing you can do with this lasso tool, you go up to lasso or L, let's blow them up. By blowing up, I mean pressing Command and plus, making it bigger. So I can move his head this way and carefully take along where the neck is, like that. Go back. There we go. I pressed Command T for transform, and that gives you like a more scientific translation of things. But really what I just want to do is go up to Modify. I want it free transform. And once I have his head selected, and not his body, then I can move his head this way. And make sure that that line sits on top of his shoulders. Sometimes when you've made a design, it helps to move things around. Here's something else. See this little dot, this little white dot? That's the pivot center. So if you remember the puppets that we made earlier on, and we were talking about pivot points for arms and for legs, and for heads too. For him to, you can pivot around the center there, but I can move this pivot point right down to where his neck is, and then when I rotate it at the corners, he pivots like this, which may be what you want to do instead of rotating it from the center. So keep that in mind. And then I'm going to press turn, pop it over there, and it's off. Voila! Let's go back. Let's see distance there. It's that easy. Okay, so play around with all those, the brush tools and the edit tools. It's like other editing programs. When you press your Command C, that copies. So watch. I'll need to select something to use the edit tool. So I copied that. I'm going Command C, and that copies it. You don't see anything there, but when I go up to select, there's just the line work. Didn't want to do that. I wanted everything. So I'm going back. I want to make sure that I select everything on this guy. Press Command C, Command and C, which is copy, and then Command V, paste them. So Command C is copy, Command V, paste the copy, and then Command X, everything's selected on this guy. If I press Command X, nothing happens, but if I go back to highlighting this guy, and I press Command X, he disappears. Okay? So it's Command C for copy, Command V for paste, and Command X for getting rid of it, for delete. Good. So end of that little bit of business.